So my next step's going to be to weather the track while I'm waiting for the cable trunking or signal trunking, should I say, to arrive. I'm going to weather the tracks all in the section here up to the tunnel to the station. I'll just spray the hell out of it with my pre-mixed solution I have. I have mixed up just some brown, like sleeper grime looking colour, very close to it. I just mix it up with the brown paint that I use with the cheap brown paint I use from the hardware shop. I mix it with a little bit of white just till I get the consistency colour of roughly what I want. And then I'll spray it up. I mean, it's not going to be probably 100% the same colour as what I put in the station and other places where I weathered, but it will be reasonably close. And then I'll dull it down a little bit with a little bit of black. So I'll record this section, but I'll probably speed it up, and also it's going to be a little noisy with the compressor on. As you can see, it's already starting to make an effect. So, of course, you need to be a little bit more careful when spraying around points so that you don't actually paint where the joining is. But as this is DCC, and most of the current shouldn't rely actually on the point blades itself, as I've got a lot of dropper wires here and there, I'm feeling pretty confident that it won't matter. But I'll probably clean it up anyway where the blades touch, just to be sure, and just so it gives 100% the best effect. So I'll keep going with it. So I have more or less sprayed everywhere. I'm going to go over here and there just to touch it up, but as you can see, I more or less have sprayed up everywhere, and it's looking much better. I'm not too sure how much the camera actually picks up on it. I think it picks up on it slightly, but yeah, I mean, that's just the first coat. I'll give it a second coat now. I'm not going to bother recording it now, as the video is going to end up way too long. So I'll show you when I'm finished spraying it. So I've gave it a second coat of the sleeper grime colour. It's actually pretty close to what the station colour was, so I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, you can probably pick up in the video now, it looks a lot more heavier than what it was at the end when I stopped filming. I gave it a second spray so that it's really like heavy use now. It looks more. I'm going to go over it with a little bit more black. I'm just going to clean my air gun out, and then I'm going to go over it with a bit of black to tone it down a little bit more, just here and there, mainly probably in the yard section. I'll put a little bit of black here and there, and maybe a few oil spills here and there. I'm not so much worried about putting too much oil spills here because it wouldn't be so much that the trains would be stopping in this section. There's no reason for them to stop. So yeah, so it's no special technique I use to it. I just spray paint it with my air gun. So welcome back. The next thing I do now, after the track has dried, I just clean it with my track rubber. Give it a lightly clean over the top. As you can see, you can start to see the shiny tops of the rails now. I just clean it. I don't push it too hard, I just give it a light clean. Just to get the top off, all the paint off the top of the track so that it doesn't cause any problem with the trains running. Here where the diamond crossing is, I try to take a little bit more time so I don't clean the paint off the actual black area too much in the middle, because I'm trying to blend it in so you don't notice it too much. Just trying to clean the rails off more than anything. These are not Electrofrog crossovers. They're the Inchafrog point crossover things. So I mean, I need to get them as clean as possible so I don't get too much problem with the trains. Yeah, so as you can see, I zoom in there as much as I can. You can see the tops of the tracks are getting reasonably clean now. So I give it a clean, and then I give the train a test run over it and see if they work and everything, and see if there's any spots that need cleaning. I had to ballast one or two spots again, as the ballast in them areas, it had probably missed it with glue, so when I sprayed it the ballast flew everywhere. It was mainly in this point here. You might see this section here, it's not weathered now. I'll give it a touch up later. But yeah, the ballast there, obviously, I've vacuumed this whole area before I've actually painted it, but obviously it maybe just glued a little bit and hadn't really glued in there too well. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to clean the whole area. So, I've cleaned all the tracks up. The only thing left is just to clean the points here. My method of cleaning the points when I clean the paint off, I've tried to be as careful as possible not to overspray it too much there, to put the paint on too much. I just get myself a cotton bud. For some reason the camera's not... I get myself a cotton bud, and I just put it between. I put a little bit of I have this Depol track cleaning fluid that I use. I just put it on the end. I put a little bit on there, and I just clean in between the points. You can see that you can trying to get it to focus here. That's better. You can see there's a bit of dirt and a bit of paint on there. So yeah, this is my method of just cleaning them out so that I know that hopefully the point blades will connect, and as a lot of my points are actually not Electrofrog, a lot of these ones aren't. When I started my layout I went with the Inchafrog ones, and now I've started to buy the Electrofrog ones more often, but as I already had a lot of the Inchafrog points, I wasn't going to go run out and buy all new points, so I used them instead. I mean, I have over like 50 of them, so I mean, to replace them all it would have been too expensive, so I used the Inchafrog ones where I can to save a bit of money. Yeah, as you can see, I've cleaned them ones now. I think I've got the inside blade. I'm not 100% certain. I just do it anyway again. Yeah, I cleaned the inside. making sure that I try to get as much of the paint off it as possible. So that's how I clean them. So here's a shot of it, of the whole area now, how it's starting to take shape. You can start to see it's really starting to look good. It's not 100% yet, but it's getting there. It's 100% for what I've done so far, the way I see it. The only thing I want to do, I want to weather the retaining walls down a little bit, dull them down so they're not so bright. Just spray them up with a little bit of brown and maybe a little bit of green to show some algae or something, maybe. Also, the same with the retaining walls along the back. I'm still waiting to get the last piece to fill in yet. Also, what I'm going to do for the tunnel entrance too, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do there yet. I'm still thinking, so there's still a few things I've got to do yet to make and do. The next area I really want to try filling is where the signal box is there now, with some static grass and stuff. Yeah, so the plan is I'm going to put the signal box in and stuff there, static grass, but like I said, I've ordered some of that signal trunking stuff, as I mentioned before, mentioned it several times now I think. I'm waiting for that before I can continue on with that part, because I really want to like put the static grass around it. Try and make it look like that the static grass is actually growing around it more than anything. The white plastic card I've glued down, I'm going to paint it like an asphalt or maybe even a concrete colour. I'm not too sure yet what I'm going to do with that. I play around and see a couple of ideas what else I can do. I weathered the signals now a little bit with the same sleeper grind dirt. I just give them a quick spray just to dull them down a little bit. Not trying to heavily weather them, but just give them a bit of brown on them just to so they're not gloss black anymore. I'm pretty happy with the little bush area here. There's a little bit of rubbish here and there laying around now, but I can see it now. I tried to vacuum it all up, but then I make more, and yeah, anyway. Yeah, you can see when I zoom in, it looks really good, this area. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The next step in my next video will probably be putting down the cable trunking and static grass in the middle section there, and also painting the signal box, so keep an eye out for that. Be coming up in the coming weeks. Also, I'm going to put 2 yard lights here in the asphalt area. Yeah, I've ordered 2 of these. I did. These tall yard lamps, they're called. Twin head dustpan. I've got 2 of them. I want to put them in the center here. So like one in there in the center, and one just a little further back. I also ordered a single head one as well. Not sure if it was a mistake or not, but I asked for a tall yard lamp. It says it's a tall yard one, but I mean it's half the size in height. I was expecting it like a full height one, but I'm not too sure what happened there, whether it's actually is the tall one. I was thinking of putting another lamp down here in this section, putting the single one down here. Also maybe even putting it over here where the signal box is, just to give it some light there where the signal box is. I haven't decided yet. I'm still going to play around with that. Next thing too is I'm going to put this fencing in, so keep an eye out for them next videos. Want to say a big thanks to all subscribers, and also any new subscribers that have came along, and any of the old ones that watch my videos. Like reading your comments, so keep up the good work. I enjoy watching some of the subscribers' channels too that I watch. I find a few of them very interesting. So I follow a few of them really closely online now and watch most of their videos. Also, if you want to see more of my videos, click on the right, and if you want to subscribe, click on the left at the top. Thanks for watching. Bye.